So hello student friends, welcome to this 12th lecture on digital electronics, and I hope you have enjoyed previous lectures of number system convergence. Now we are moving to our next point, that is binary arithmetic. Now this point is also again very much interesting, and right now you might be familiar with this term arithmetic. Arithmetic means all those addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all these operations to be performed on these numbers, right? And we have most of the times we have performed all these operations on these decimal numbers. Like you take 50 and then you add 60 and the answer is something like this. Okay, so these are decimal numbers, and as I said, up till now we have seen all these these arithmetic operations on these numbers. Okay, now as we are going to study these digital circuits, and digital circuits only understands this language, binary language, right? Now we are supposed to see this binary arithmetic. We have this calculator with us, right? Now this calculator is simply an example of digital electronics. Okay, we can see this everything, this display getting in this digital. Then this complete circuit is a digital electronics. Okay, and this understands only binary. At the upper level we are typing this 2, 3 and all these digits, but internally all these are converted in binary and these different operations are being performed. Okay, so just consider, we'll be considering these two numbers. Now minimum two numbers are required for any of these operation. Okay, if you want to add something, we need two numbers, subtraction two numbers, multiply between two numbers and divide between two numbers. Okay, so n1 and n2, right? So if you just consider these numbers in this calculator, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Okay, so at the upper level we are able to see this, typing this 4 and then this operator and then this 2, and we are getting the result 6. But internally these are again converted in the binary form. The input is converted into binary form, and what output we get is again into the binary form. For displaying purpose it is in the form of decimals. Now that conversion we have seen, that how internally all this conversion takes place. Very interesting, right? Okay, so again, now why are we supposed to study this binary arithmetic? Okay, so you as an engineer need to know the internal operations of this machine. Now if I take an analogy of a doctor, now doctor is a person, he's a person, but since he has got that knowledge of the internal structure or internal body components, all the knowledge of internal body components, he can treat the patient very well, or he can understand based on the illness that person is suffering. He can understand and he can properly diagnose him, right? So we say that person as a doctor of human body. Okay, now this is our machine, right? And internally what operations are being performed, as an engineer we should know that. So we can say that engineers are doctors of these machines. Very interesting, right? So I hope this encourages you to learn this binary arithmetic. Okay, so this addition we have seen, we have this plus, subtraction is minus, multiplication is star, and this is divide by. Okay, so 4 plus 2 we have 6, 4 minus 2 we have 2, 4 into 2 we have 8, and 4 by 2 we have 2. So this is what we have seen for this decimal number. But now going into a bit deep at this hardware level and looking at how this binary arithmetic takes place, right? So very first we will see this binary addition. Okay, now there are certain rules of this addition. Binary addition. Now this binary addition is guided by these rules. There are 4 to 5 rules which for any small number or any big number they are applicable, and once you understand this rule, this binary addition becomes very easy. Okay, now here you will see everything is in the form of zeros and ones. You can consider inputs and outputs. So all these are in the form of binary, zeros and ones, right? So it can happen like this, that at the end of the semester or at the end of this subject, as I said, everything is in the form of binary. Everything 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 1, everything. You may take any big circuit or you may take any small circuit. The input is in terms of 0 1 and output is in the terms of 0 1. And here so many these zeros and ones now will be encountered. It's like at the end of this semester, if your friend just shakes you, then so many of these zeros and one would be falling from your body, right? So that is the kind of these zeros and ones you will be seeing throughout this subject. Okay, so let us see these rules for binary addition. Now, as I said, we need at least 2 numbers. So we can say this A is one number. So the structure I could say for this is A plus B, where A is one number, we can say N1, B is N2. Now here the result is sum and carry. Like if I try to add 62 and 98, right? So this is 8 plus 2, 10, 1 is carry. Now the carry can be added here, right? So sometimes it is 2 numbers, sometimes it is 3 numbers. Okay, then this it becomes 16, so carry 1. Now see, we have taken these 2-digit numbers, but the result is 3-digit numbers. Okay, so this is considered as final carry, right? So we have this sum and we have carry, right? Now we have this 0 and 1. Okay, now let us go for these rules for the binary. So we'll try to have this combination, the 0 with 0 itself, 0 with 1, then 1 with 0 and 1 with 1 itself. Okay, so let us see one by one these 4 or 5 rules that are required. Okay, so 0 plus 0. So 0 plus 0 is all, sum is 0 and carry is also 0. So this is our sum and this is our carry. Carry is always to the left side, or carry is always MSB, most significant bit. As you can see here, this 1 is MSB, right? So this is first rule. Then second is 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1, sum is 1, carry is 0. Okay, then the third rule is 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0, sum is 1, carry is again 0. Okay, so we can say this as carry, this as sum, this as carry, this as sum, right? Then fourth rule, now it is 1 plus 1. Now we are all the time familiar with this, all these three. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. Now this is different. In our decimal form, 1 plus 1 is 2, right? But now we are looking at this binary addition. So here 1 plus 1, sum is 0 and carry is 1, right? So you can see here the result is 0, here result is 1, here also result is 1, but here result is 1 0, right? And the fifth rule, now I consider this as a rule, because as far as this binary addition is concerned, this is most of the times required, not only here but in our next chapters also, combinational logic circuit, right? And that rule I can say triple 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now just understand that 1 plus 1 plus 1, triple 1, sum is always 1 and carry is always 1. Just understand this, how we will be seeing in the next lectures, because if I try to elaborate this here, it might create a bit confusion. Okay, so just to avoid that, just for now remember that triple 1, your sum is 1 and carry is always 1, right? Okay, so let me try to put this in the form of table. Now just to put this in the form of table, again this is very logical, filling that table is very logical, right? So here we can take this equation, n is equal to 2 raised to m. Okay, this equation we have seen in some previous lectures, right? So how that octal numbers are represented in 3 bits and hexadecimal numbers are represented in 4 bits. Here also we can use this equation, but in some different context. Okay, where n is number of input combination, number of input combination, right? And this m is number of input. Okay, so how many inputs we have for this binary addition? 2 inputs, right? So n is equal to 2 raised to 2. So what is 2 raised to 2 is 4, right? So when we have 2 inputs in this digital circuit, for 2 inputs, input combinations are always 4, right? This might a bit confuse you. 2 inputs and input combinations are 4. Okay, let us see this with the help of table. So here we have this A, first number, then this is B, second number, this is sum, right? And this is carry, right? So how many numbers we have? 2 numbers or 2 inputs. And if you remember, we have seen everything is in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so consider here this 0 and 1, right? So how these 4 combinations are formed? Now why why I am explaining this table is very important, because henceforth all such type of table will be required. Now here we have these 2 inputs, you may have 3 inputs, you may have 4 inputs. And how you are supposed to form this table? only in terms of zeros and ones. You need to understand this. Now there could be different ways or different methods with which you can form these input combinations, right? One way is, now since inputs are in the terms of zeros and ones itself, right? So 0 combination with 0 and 0 combination with 1, right? Then 1 combination with 0, 1 combination with 1. This is one way. Okay. And in terms of decimal number, right? So these are 4 inputs. 4 inputs means starting from 0 to 3, right? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just recall this concept: 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3. So the 2 raised to 0 is 1, this is 2, this is 4, this is 8, right? Now since we have only 2 inputs, so we are going to consider these 2 inputs only, right? Now to form this 0, it is 0, 0. To form this 1, it is 0, 1. To form this 2, it is 1, 0. And to form this 3, it is 1, 1. That is what we have taken here. So the input combinations for 2 inputs are always 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, so you can see here 0, 1, 0, 1. And then it is 0, 0, 1, 1. This is also one way to remember this, but that is method of remembering. But if you understand this method, automatically you can draw this table, right? So let us now fill this table further. So 0 plus 0, as this rule says, 0 plus 0, sum is 0, carry is also 0. 0 plus 1, sum is 1, carry is 0. 1 plus 0, sum is 1, carry is 0, right? And then what the different here, this input combination is 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1, right? So 111 is not taken here because 111 means we have this 3 inputs A, B, C, but here we are having only these 2 inputs A and B. Now this table is very, very important. Very important, this table is. This is for 2-bit, right? So we can say 2-bit binary addition. 2-bit binary addition. Okay, I hope these rules are clear for you. Okay, so nothing is out of these rules. We are just going to use these rules to have this binary addition of any number, maybe a small number or maybe a big number, right? Let us consider one example. Let us consider this example itself, 4 and 2. Okay, so the question is, perform binary addition on 4 and 2. Sorry, this is 10. Now when this is 10 means 4 is decimal, even this 2 is also decimal, right? And when here we are looking for binary addition, right? So the first step here is to convert a given decimal number in binary. Okay, so I can say A and this is B, so this is 4 and this is 2. So 4, a decimal number, has binary equivalent as 0, 1, 0, 0, and 2 has binary equivalent 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, So if you try to perform this decimal number, 4 plus 2 is 6. Now let us see what result we are getting when we add these numbers bitwise. Okay, here we added directly, but here we are now adding bitwise. Okay, so 0 plus 0. Now just look at this rule. Here this number has some combinations out of this. It's nothing out of this. It's somewhere these combinations you will have here. Okay, 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 again, right? So you need to understand that table, or you need to refer that table for this addition. Okay, so 0 plus 0, sum is 0, carry is 0. Now this 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1, right? Carry is 0. 1 plus 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 0, sum is 0. Okay, now we have obtained this, the addition of 0 1 0 0 and 0 0 1 0 is 0 1 1 0, which is equal to 6. Now just refer that table, the hexadecimal to binary, or even decimal to binary. In that you will see 6, if it is decimal, then its binary equivalent is 0 1 1 0. Or you can even try by this method, 1 2 4 8. So we have here 0 1 1 0. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Absolutely correct. Right. We can even verify this with help of calculator. Okay. So for that I need to change this base. Okay. So you can see here we have this binary. So I add 0 1 0 0 plus 0 0 1 0. Okay, and then we get this, here this 0 is neglected in the calculator, so the answer is 1 1 0, which is equal to 0 1 1 0. Okay, and if we try to convert that into decimal, then it is 6, right? So going by this way we are getting the answer 6, and going by this way also we are getting the answer as 6, right? So that is why initially I told you that for a general person or a layman, it is 4 plus 2, 6. Now we have just seen that internally how this calculation takes place. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. Now you can take any other example. Let us try to take this example. Example 2. Let us try 1 1 0 1 binary plus 1 1 1 1. Now this is already given in the binary, so that becomes more easy, or we can avoid that. No need to go for that step of decimal to binary or any other conversion, right? So I can directly write 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1, and this is to be added, right? So let us see, use the rules. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. Triple 1, sum is 1, carry 1. Again triple 1, sum is 1, carry is 1, and this one is here. Okay, so by default we have this 0 here. Now if you see this, it is 13, because 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13, and all are 1 means it is 15, and then we can add this, so it is 28. Now here we have got this 1 1 1 0 0, 1 1 1 0 0. Let us verify that is it equivalent to 28. So we can use that method. 1 2 4 8 16. We can go for this 32, but 32 is greater than 28, so no need to go for this, right? And then we can write down here, this is 1 1 1 0 0. Now add those numbers where you encounter this 1. So 16 plus 4 is 20, plus 8 is 28, which is absolutely equal to this. Okay, again we can try to verify this with help of calculator. So this is 1101 plus 1111, so we get 1110, right? Absolutely correct. Okay, similarly, if we have such type of example, so I have 1101.101 plus 1011.110. Okay, this is like adding 84.92 plus 32.87. Okay, so this is 9 plus 8 is 17. Now here it is carry 1. Okay, now this is 5 and then this is 6. Okay, and this is 11. So similarly we can have here also. So I can write down here 1101.101 plus 1011.110. You can simply add this. So 1 plus 0 is 1, this is 1, 1 plus 1 0, carry 1, 111 is 1, carry 1, right? Then 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry 1, 111 is 1 and carry 1, this point here. So the final answer for this is 11001.011. The addition of these two is equal to this one. Okay, I hope this binary addition is clear for you. Actually it is very easy, but it is a new concept for you, maybe a new concept for you. Okay, so you can try on this 110101101 plus 101100. So how many bits? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. We can try for this binary addition. Okay, so this is all about this binary addition. This is the base of this binary addition. In the third chapter, that is combinational logic circuit, we will again come back to these concepts where we will actually see or will actually construct the circuit of this binary addition. And then we can have 2-bit, which is also called as half adder, and 3-bit, which is also called as full adder circuit. Okay, so this is about binary addition. Okay, in the next lecture we will see for this binary subtraction. Now studying this binary subtraction has concepts into concepts. So it is just like layers of onion. You pile one layer, you will get another. You go on piling these layers of onion, and then you will have the inner layers of onion, right? So we have subtraction, then in the subtraction we have direct, indirect method. Now direct method is different, indirect is different, and in again the indirect method we have complement methods, one's complement method, two complement method. Okay, So all these about binary subtraction we'll see in next lecture. Till then, have a nice time and enjoy this e-learning. Thank you.